So this is the ST2, the Soviet double-barreled heavy tank at tier 10. But this is by no means going to be a review of the vehicle. This is going to be just some general stats overview, and then we're going to play 3 games to see how it goes. So when taking a look at the server stats for the past 30 days, this is the tier 10 heavies, and this is all filtered by amount of battles played. So as you can see, we've got 600,000 games in a 60TP over the last 30 days on the EU server. And then if you scroll all the way down, past the FV215B, you'll then see the ST2. So this is definitely not a popular vehicle. It's only just above the M5Y. If you go have a look at the win rate difference though, you'll see that the ST2 is not really doing that badly. It's above the E5, which is a surprise. It's above the 277, and it's far above the Rinoceronte. In fact, it's just below the E100, just below the Type 5, which is, again, a kind of surprising vehicle, since lots of people like to say that that is an awful tank, but it's not doing that bad overall in the win rate difference. So the ST2 actually sits quite high up on that win rate difference. And the average players that are playing this are 51% players, and they are averaging 49.5%. Which definitely does mean that it's not amazing, OP, whatever, but I think that it just sits balanced. DPG-wise is kind of where it falls off a cliff a little bit, because we're going to have to scroll down a little bit more. And then, yes, it's 2,000. So 2,000 average damage is what people are averaging in this vehicle, which is actually above the IS-4, above the 277, above the Super Conqueror. There's a lot of tanks on this list that is above, and the only ones that it's below are mostly, obviously, the reward tanks, but you're talking about like Visa 55, T-57 Heavy, which has a massive clip potential, and then it reloads very, very fast again, so you can quickly get another clip out. This, honestly, is pretty good as well. So far we've discovered that the ST2 seems about average and seems pretty well balanced. So let's go ahead and play some games in it. Okay, so for our first game, we're on Lakeville. We're going to go to the right hand side, go to the valley, because this is a very, very good hold down tank as well. The only thing that you really need to worry about is either side of the turret, you can get penned on the cheeks and also in the cupola, and then this little driver's hatch at the front for the hull can also get penned. Apart from that, you're pretty well armored overall, so we will see what we can do. Now the penetration on this tank is, I would say, good for the standard rounds, but then for the premium rounds it is a little bit lackluster. I was going to try and double, but we don't have time to double. So we'll just put one in and then back off. It is quite nice to double with this tank, but it's also quite awkward as well, because it does obviously have the charge time. Unlike in, say, the Contradictious or something like that, where you can just quickly switch the double barrel mechanic and then that's it. You're firing 2 all the time. This is obviously slightly different. This is more a conventional double barrel tank, if you will. Although, obviously this was not made in real life. So I'm going to intuition here to heat. It only does 1 shell, which is unfortunate. However, that heat round will hopefully help us against this E100. I'm going to wait until this one is loaded. That was a bad shot. That was a very bad shot. I'm just going to wait for this to be loaded again. What's the pen? 310. So I believe I have about 314 average pen with the perks that I've got chosen as well. But at this angle, it's going to be very, very tricky, because he's slightly sloped, and the E100's turret was also slightly sloped backwards as well. So this is, yeah, as you can see there, it's a lot harder to hit than it might first seem. This is unfortunate, actually. Hello. It's so awkward to play this, actually. Penetration is not... 310 is really struggling here. Like, really, really struggling. Even against a turtle. There we go. You don't get any like kind of loss really for firing all the shells. There's no like auto reloader mechanic or stuff like that where you get punished for firing all your shells. Your reload time is exactly the same for the first shell as it is the second shell. You can quickly fire out both. There's no downtime. I believe there is downtime when like you get the shot reload cancel after doing double shot. I'm not sure. But obviously there is the charge time as well, which you need to take into consideration. I'm just trying to be a bit careful because obviously the Scorpion G is at the back. I'm very cautious of that fact. So what I'm going to do is just go back this way a little bit. We'll see if we can get a shot on the Scorpion G in a second. I reckon he'll peek. We should be, yeah, okay. Obviously the classic, as soon as I'm ready to fire, my teammate then just comes out of nowhere and blocks a shot for the enemy team. I can go through his roof here. Okay. Okay, maybe I can't go through his roof. Thank you. There we go. One into that guy though. We still need a lot more damage out of this game. There's still potential to get more damage, but it's just so annoying currently. Okay. I'm just going to wait for that shell to load. He dies. I'm now just going to push down. One into that guy for full health. We'll take one from him. That's absolutely fine. One into him now as well. Lovely. Engine is knocked out, which is a problem. And the other problem is that I'm kind of at an angle here, which is really, really very bad. Take the U100 out. My engine is damaged, which is really not good. I'm going to hopefully get one more full shot of HP into this guy. Lovely. 4.2. Very nice. Okay. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad of a start. Very nice. We can apply. And we got 250k, 9k XP. Obviously, we were doing this during holiday ops. So we earned 133k. 100k for the mission. So we would have earned 30k-ish. Obviously, we fired a lot of gold that round. So it's to be expected. Field mod. I mean, the first field mod is pretty useless. If I was going to set this up, though, it would be... I believe you can do right side. Let me double check that. No, you cannot do right side. So you pick nothing for the first one. You then pick left, right, right, and then you want to have a left-hand side. Okay, so for our next game, we're on Fjords. We're on the good side, at least. The equipment-wise that we've chosen is obviously HP, turbo, and then vents. You don't need to have stab on this. If you want to have stab, you can pick stab. Alternatively, if you didn't want to use hardening, although I don't know why you wouldn't use hardening on this style of tank, then you could go for the left-hand field mod for the first one, as we were speaking about the field mods. Because the only reason why you wouldn't pick the left-hand field mod for the first one is if you're using hardening, because then it just ruins your track health. Thus, basically ruining the entire reason of why you'd want hardening. Yes, it gives you more hit points, but the other massive benefit of hardening is that it gives you more track health. And doesn't let you get tracked in one shot, or at least less chance of that happening. So, it's one of those things that you always want to keep an eye on. Yep, straight through that. Well, we're going straight to heat because we're going to need it. Hello, Mr. E5. It's annoying that my capola is on this side. Like, it's really quite annoying. Okay, well, I can't peek on this corner. I've taken too much damage already for not enough damage in return, so we need to back off from this. I can't play this with my capola on that side. What I can try and do, although I need this mouse to come and play the game over this side, because we're going to get pushed in a second. What we can try and do is just push up like this, get into a position where we're a little bit more hold down, and in that way, yeah, they can shoot the capola still, but it's more of a an annoyance for them. Would have been better to have AP there. This is what I mean. I mean, at least we have the mouse with us now, though. Huh? Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, game. There we go. We need to try and back off from this if we can. Maybe even go up a little bit high so that that then forces them to push around too much and overexpose. This is not good aiming so far. This is really not good aiming. Okay. I thought he was going to be tracked for a lot longer, which is why I tried to go for it. Does this guy want to try and sidescope that? I'm not sure. Well, I mean, the VKK is going to go straight through me. With his 350 heat. E4 as well with his APCR rounds. So we need to try and back off a little bit from this. There's no real easy shot either right now. Oh, this is so awkward to play this. There we go. You know what? I might actually go and use stab after this game. This is... because when you're moving, it's awful. In that first game, it wasn't too bad, but when you're constantly moving like this, it's really awful to try and get shots out. Where did that even go? Sure. I don't know. I've played awful this game, and I've just made bad decision making along the way as well. I'm not too sure what's happening here. Okay. I don't know what those two were doing at the end. I mean, combined wasn't awful, but I'd like to try and get at least 3.5 in this tank, at least. More towards the 4K region, but it's not too bad combined. Yeah, I don't know. We played very bad towards the end. Very, very bad. So definitely my fault that, you know, we didn't get more out of that game. But I'm going to be doing a few changes. So we're going to get rid of vents. And what I'm going to do is just take a little bit less of this and a bit more of this. Because especially in heavy tanks, I'm hardly ever going to be firing the standard round with 258 pen when I have 310 for the heat round. And what I was saying about the amount of pen that I have is if we go to the comparison and then you click here, you can then see I have 314 average pen because of all the perks and stuff. Okay, so for our last game, we're on Ghost Town. Obviously with a stab, it's a bit better, I guess. I don't really know. We'll soon find out in game. But yeah, so we've got the 12-26-2. Replace the vents for stab. I think we'll see how we go with the AP for the start, and just to see what enemies we see, because if they are exposing their sides, then obviously the AP is going to be the way to go. The only negative that you get if you do fire early is that you have to then obviously reload the full amount. Okay, well I'm going to need premium for the S-Conk, because otherwise I will not be able to pen his Cupola. The Panzer 7 is... okay. Yeah, the Panzer 7's just said that that's his corner apparently. I mean, can we just report these people that do that? To be honest, even with stab, this doesn't... wait, I don't even have the reticle mod on, I don't think. I think it's broken my reticle mod, I'm not sure. It feels like a very, very big reticle. This Panzer 7 is just in the way. I don't even blame this IS-7. The IS-7 was there first, and then he's just come along and just gone, yep, this is my corner. I'd love to be able to try and cross this. But I know as soon as I cross this, they're just going to peek out that side. So it's really not going to end very well. Where's the Super Conqueror gone? There's also the M5Y issue as well. Who's pushed all the way up, so it's we found the Super Conqueror. Both put a shot in, which is good. Just get the shot in. This is why I didn't want to push up, because now this guy is in the crossfire as well. I mean, he can shoot the like, it's true, he can shoot the M5Y. Oh, now he's killed him. That's not too bad then. I'm getting blocked by the IS-7's gun that's inside my tank. Okay. It caused my gun to then go all over the place. I'm going to push this because this guy needs some help. Because he's pushed in, we might as well try and help him out. If this guy is not facing this way, maybe? I really don't have a clean shot on the S-Conk, but I can give one to that guy. Okay, I don't know how that bounces, but sure. $50B. This guy's dead. I don't know why he pushed in like this. I mean, we've tried to help him as best as we can, but there's not much we can really do. Just put in the shells as and when we can. I really don't want to take a shot from the 60 TP if I can help it. There we go. Very nice. Now we should just be able to push up. I would like to go back to AP though. I think that will be more beneficial. And I would like to do a double shot. We're going to try it. Let's see. Lovely. You know what? You had your double shot in the video. At least you're happy now, okay? I can already see people commenting, you played the ST2 and didn't even double shot. I've double shot now, okay? Be happy. I mean, 3.1, it's really not very good, but what are you going to do? You can't really change it. One more in, 3.6. Not too bad. At least we got over the 3.5. That's like the minimum requirement for me. But yeah, ST2, it's a fun tank. It's a fun tank. I think that it's deserved of what the stats are. It definitely has its role, and it's fairly balanced. It doesn't have super high pen, it doesn't have super high mobility, its armor's decent, but still has weak spots. It's a nice balanced tank overall. Apply. I do, however, think that it's definitely not worth putting stab on this, because I didn't really feel any difference. Even after I put stab on this, I didn't really feel it. So I think that if you're going to be playing this tank, just get rid of the stab, leave it as vents. This is good setup to go with. Obviously, if you're using Prokhorovka build like I normally do, you could either ditch the turbo for optics, or maybe ditch the hardening for optics, although I'd probably ditch the turbo because you're not really going to be moving in Prokhorovka most of the time. So yeah, that was the SD2. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. This will be the last video, or the last Saturday video, until I go on my break, or when I go on my break, until the 6th of January. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in 2025 for another Saturday video. See you later.